Hey, what's up, everyone? So in this video, I'll just talk about how I add automations in my project using Bash shell scripts. So let's begin. So this is a backend project which is using Node.js and Express. So normally to run the Node projects, you use npm start or npm run dev to start in the development mode. For npm run dev, you probably use nodemon so that you can see the real-time updates as you make in the code. For the database of this project, I am using Postgres database. And since I didn't want to download the Postgres database, I'm just using an image of Postgres database using Docker. And here I am using multiple Docker Compose files to start my application. So this Docker Compose is for the development environment and this Docker Compose is for the production environment. So in general, when you want to start the development server of such an architecture, the first step would be to start the Postgres container and the second step would be to start the Node.js backend. Doing this would involve a couple of steps. However, I like to automate this kind of steps. So here we go in my dev.sh, which is a bash shell script. So this is where the script starts. I'll talk about these things later on. And first starting with this. So what it does is that it first goes to the Docker Compose and I have added proper echoes so I know where the script is right now. And then it uses Docker Compose to turn the container of Postgres. It uses -t so that it runs in the background. And then it changes the directory again, it clears it. And then it echoes and then the backend starts. So this script is basically using nodemon to start the server. Hence now if I want to start the app in the development mode, I just have to run the script and everything would be taken care of. Further, when I want to stop the development server, what I would really do is press Ctrl C so that everything turns off. For that, I have added this code which basically waits for the user to press Ctrl C, and the moment Ctrl C is being pressed, this function is being called. So let's see what this function does. So it just echoes first and then it goes to Docker Compose directory again. It turns off all the containers and it just exits. So this is how it closes the development server. Now let's say I want to start the backend app in the production. So I would use this Docker Compose file, which builds the image of the backend as well as the Postgres image, which is the same for the development one. Starting the app in the production would be easy, just running one single command. However, it would be a long command, so it's not very easy to remember. Hence, I just use a script to eliminate writing long commands. This is my production script. I'll talk about this later on. So what it does is that it goes to the Docker Compose directory and then echoes proper commands and then just runs this and it starts everything up. And again, when someone presses Control C, it goes here, echoes a proper message, and then it shuts all the container down. So this is how I add scripts to my projects to automate such monotonous tasks, which involves writing a lot of commands just to do one thing. The next thing which I would like to show is that now let's say I have started the server, I'm using the backend APIs and I want to check the database of what data do I actually have. So in that case, you need to start the Postgres in an interactive bash shell terminal using the Docker. It is also a long command which is hard to remember, so I have automated that as well. So let me show you db.sh. So this is the long command. So what it does is that it starts the database image in a bash shell and it logs into the Postgres SQL using the credentials. And I just have to run the script and I'll be in the Postgres database, where I would be able to run any command and check any table or run any query. Now to run all the scripts, you need to add the whole path to the script to run it. However, I have also eliminated that fork. So what I have done is that I have just added the path of the scripts in the npm scripts, and let me walk you through this npm scripts. So the start npm script basically runs this prod.sh. So what it does is that it has a pre-start which just gives execution permission to this file, and then it basically starts the script. And same goes for the development one, same goes for running the database. So now if I want to start the database, I just have to do npm run db and I'll be in the database. So this saves me time from entering those long commands and remembering the long names. So I can just do this and I can just check these are the tables which I have. I can just exit from this, I can npm run def to start the server. It turns the container and the application, everything by itself. And I just have to remember just few of the npm scripts to use this application. So that was just a small video to show you how I automate my web dev projects. I'm not sure if it made sense to you guys, but yeah. I mean, I would highly recommend you to learn Bash shell scripting, and it's really fun to automate everything. Once you start, you'll get that feel. Thanks for listening. Have a good day. Bye.